Abhinay sir, Abhinay is from the student side. We are waiting for Satish sir.
Hello, Kuldeep. Hello, Asita.
Hello sir, कैसे हैं? How are you?
Hello, sir.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well, sir. So let's wait for the participants to join, and let's wait Satish sir to also to join.
So
Probably,
Satish
I
has
think.
joined, but it is showing in attendees.
Yes. Okay. So, Abhinay, please note, please make him Satish sir a panelist. Hello, Abhinay, Arshita, please take care. Please add Satish sir as a co-host or a host. Yeah, correct. Well done. So basically, earlier we had four panelists, but due to some emergency, Kunal sir will not be able to join. Similarly, Gaurav sir will also not be able to join. We'll continue the session with the help of Abhijit sir and Satish sir. Both are well distinguished alumni, having a impeccable record in their services. So let's wait for some moment to join the participants.
Hello Kuldeep. Hello Abhijit. Hello Arsita.
Hello Satish sir. Hello,
Yes, sir.
hello. Welcome sir. Welcome.
Thank you.
Ashita, float in your WhatsApp groups if possible, to have more attendees in this session. I mean, of
Yes.
course, they might have their preferences to go into corporate section or maybe in the higher studies sections. But still, like whatever the audience we have, we will continue with the session, and you can then send the recorded sessions to the team. Okay, Arshita, you can start the session. Let people keep coming in, and we can talk a lot of things when it comes to discussing the opportunities in civil services and government jobs.
Okay, sir. So let me introduce the moderator of this session, Mr. Kuldeep Panchal from the batch of BTech IT year 2010-2014. He started his career with an internship in BlackRock in Gurgaon and subsequently got placed in a Maharatna PSU, Power Grid Corporation of India, in 2014 itself. In Power Grid, he has been associated with implementation of enterprise resource planning. In his tenure of 9 years in Power Grid, he has been promoted twice and worked in multiple technologies including SAP Basis, Red Hat Virtualization Network, and Security Analyst, and looked after data center and DR centers of PowerGrid. In his current role, he is working as a manager and is a key solution architect in design making, decision making, involving various implementations of new technologies in PowerGrid. Highlighting his contributions to giving back to his alma mater, he has been actively involved in organizing the first global virtual alumni meet in the year 2021. He's also part of core committee of this year's virtual global alumni meet. He's also executive committee member of Sangam Council of Chapters. Now I'll be handing over the stage to Mr. Kuldeep sir.
Thank you, Arshita. Thank you very much. Yes. So welcome everyone. Welcome my panelists Satish sir and Abhijit sir. I welcome you with all my heart, and let me introduce you one by one, and then we can go ahead with the discussions. So first of all, we have Satish sir. He is a BTech Electronics and Communication graduate of batch 2007. He joined the corporate world in 2011 and worked for 1 year till 2012 in armed embedded services or in armed embedded technology in Bangalore, which is also a core electronics and communication company. So he has been in the core communication sectors. Further, he did his master's in telecommunication engineering from IISc Bangalore between 2014 and 16. Then he joined ISRO as a scientist in Bangalore and served ISRO for 15 months of tenure. During his period in ISRO, he was preparing for IAS and qualified for IAS in 2017. And after that, he joined Indian Radio Regulatory Services, also known as IRSS in Patna. He has impeccable record in his services and currently serving with his best interest in IRS Patna. Coming back to Abhijit sir. Abhijit sir is also his batchmate, right, Satish sir?
Correct.
Correct. I think 2007 batch has been a batch of civil services aspirants, right? Coming from Kunal Srivastava sir to all of both of you, it's a fantastic batch, right, sir?
And plus, our roll number were conjugative. He was roll number 15 and I was roll number 16. So we were always together in all kinds of group and everything.
Okay, great, sir, great. So coming back to Abhijit sir, he is also 2007 batch graduate from IIIT Allahabad. In his tenure in IIIT Allahabad, he was very brilliant student and he has published 2 IEEE paper in his final years. So publishing IEEE paper is not an easy job. I hope our current students who are in this session, in fact, know the value of publishing the paper. So great achievement at your end, sir. Further, he has flourished in his career. He has joined as a software developer in Sapient Consulting Private Limited in 2011. Served there for 2 years. Further, he has moved his career into like government services and joined Central Secretariat Services and Ministry of Finance in year 2015. After that, as far as I know, he has the will to work into startups also. So he co-founded Yamunix, which is a edtech startup in 2000 and worked there between 2015 and 17. After that, he has also have a great experience in teaching students. He had worked as a faculty in Vision IS Private Limited, where he has coached a lot of people for civil services. After that, again, considering his diverse career, he further joined Mamaearth in 2022 as a software developer. So basically, he has kept switching between various roles across the country or across the domain, basically. And finally, after that, he secured 16 rank in Bihar Public Sector, BPSC exam, and currently joined as a deputy SP in Bihar Police. He is under training right now, and he will soon become a deputy SP in Bihar Police Services. So welcome you all, both of you, sir.
Thank you, Kuldeep, for your kind introduction.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And I hope all the students who have joined us will be eager to learn from both of you, right? So I'm just handing over the mic to Abhijit sir so basically let me just give you a brief about how this session will go on. So you can share your journey, what are the challenges you have faced, because most of the students which have joined this session are looking to be part of government services, maybe through civil services, maybe through competing through GATE exam and going into public sector undertakings, and maybe some other services which they can join, just like state services, as you are the part of one of the state services. So this would be around that. You can share your journey, both Satish sir and Abhijit sir, and then we can can have a round robin interaction among the questions which students have sent to me. We can then also open the floor to students if they have any specific questions. We can address those questions. So I'm handing over the mic to Satish sir first. Satish sir, please go ahead and share your journey, and we would love to see your journey from your words.
Thank you, Kuldeep. Good evening to all. So actually, after graduating, like in my 8th semester in IIITA, I was not sure where I will be going actually. So I was preparing for the campus placements. I was preparing the coding stuff actually, which I was not interested at all. So to get a job, it was a ultimate desire in the 8th semester. So the things will end. I was feeling like that after college there will be nothing if I did not get a job. So such kind of stress was there. So luckily, actually, the placements were going in 7th semester, and so I got a job in MDocs. Somehow I prepared for that company, and but I feared what I will do while, getting in their company. So I was not knowing stuff of coding and all. So this was not my field actually. So later on in 8th semester, I was selected for the intern in NVIDIA, which is also based in Bangalore. So that was a good start and exposure in a corporate world. So I was in Bangalore for 6 months, and I was doing a project in NVIDIA that was basically based on testing and all. So no code concepts were not utilized there. Again, coding stuffs were coming into picture. I managed to survive there also. Later on, in Bangalore only, there are companies taking off-campus placements. So I appeared in ARM Embedded Technology, which is semiconductor based, and it is a core company for electronics in VLSI industry. So I was good in electronics. So I appeared for their off-campus written exam. I was selected, and they had a rigorous interview. They were checking the basic concept. So I excelled in the interview. I was selected. So I thought this is the right place for me. I will be working here for the whole of life. But again, after 1 year, things change actually with the when people change actually. My manager changed, and 2/3 of my tenure, which is more than 12 months, like 13 months or so on. So my manager changed, and the new manager was not recognizing my work. So again, I was a training engineer. Honestly, I was not made permanent there. So this was a breakthrough. So after 1 year doing job 1 year, I was again no opportunity in my hand. So I was looking for some other job. I was appearing for some interviews and getting references from my friends in Triple ITA, which were already working in some companies. But in vain, later on, I was not selected for any other company. Once you come from once you are not doing any job, it is very tough again to get into some other job. So this was the thing. So in the same year, my marriage was fixed. So I thought like this is not going anywhere. Like what I will be doing in my life, it is not clear. So uh, what I recall that I was good in some stuff. Like in college, my pointer was good. I had good knowledge of the concept, good concepts actually. Basic. I was always going through the basics. So and superficial things did not entertain me. So what I and in the same time, Kunal was preparing for the engineering services. So I thought, why not me? So I had the knowledge very much, like concepts. I was good actually. So why not me? So I moved to Delhi. Left. I did not had second thought of going into the corporate job. So I moved to Delhi, prepared in Made Easy, and this there was a 1 year course for preparation. So both for engineering services and GATE, the same syllabus is almost same. The exam pattern is different. So I appeared for both the exam in 2013 actually. So in 2013, but the ranks were not good, and engineering services also could not qualify. So 1 year again, I prepared by self. I had the materials from MedEG, so self study I did for 1 year, and in GATE 2014 I got a good rank, that was 150. And with this rank also, I did not get a job actually. The PSUs for electronics and communication were very had very limited vacancies, and only top 10 15 ranks were selected for some job. So my priority at that time was job only, because I had to move ahead in my life, because I had a wife also at my home waiting for me. So So with this situation, I selected. I thought that if I continue my education further, I could have some better opportunity in future also. So with the rank of 150, I had two opportunities in hand. It was Indian Institute of Science and IIT Bangalore. So I chose Indian Institute of Science, which was more preferable for me, as it offered Masters of Engineering in Telecommunication. I was getting a seat there. So telecom was a area of interest for me. So that 2 years in life was a life changing life changing event. So the type of education we get there and type of interaction with the other students and professor, that really polished my all the concepts. So there whole the things like the now the picture was coming clear, like what I wanted to do actually. I wanted to go in research also at that time. When I was in ISC, I thought I would go in research, but again when the project comes in hand, you see that if 1 year project is so rigorous, like going for the PhD will again become tough. So at that time, I again started for preparing with continue my preparation for the engineering services and other all India competitive exams, which will give you a job actually. So ISRO was one of that. So I appeared for the ISRO scientist exam and engineering services both in 2016. So at that time, my concepts were more clear. So I was selected in ISRO as a scientist. There was interview also. So in interview, they mostly asked about the projects you did in your BTech and MTech. So one should know thoroughly about what the projects we are doing. Every aspects of the projects they were asking in very detail actually, the ISRO panelist. And engineering services, the exam is very tough, so you have to clear the exam. I joined the test series while I was in masters, so that test series proved very beneficial actually. The more you practice, more you get in the good marks in the exam. So again, the engineering services had the interview also. So there also, my education background, like good points since triple ITA, then study in ISC, working in ISRO, all came together and proved very beneficial to crack the exam of engineering services. So finally, when I was selected engineering services, I got Indian Radio Regulatory Services. So it comes under Department of Telecommunication, deals with the licenses of wireless users and spectrum auction, etc. So I was in ISRO. I switched to this Indian Radio Regulatory Services because I wanted to be somewhere around my hometown. In ISRO, it was only no transfer was there, so you have to live in one place. Bangalore was very far away from my home, so I did not want my life to be there always. So I joined here. I was in Delhi for some time. I was in Ranchi for 4.5 years. Now I am in Patna from last year. It is nearest to my hometown. So nearest posting I could get. So I got that. It's a dream come true, really.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for your journey. So a lot of things comes up into my mind when I've been listening to you. Uh, of course, I mean, living near to your family becomes a priority, right? So another question I have pertaining to this is like when you see your peers, there's come some motivation around money also, right? Because when we are in the government services, right? I myself is also working in a public sector company called PowerGrid, and we look into our peers. So they are making a hell lot of money than us, right? Am I wrong, sir?
No, correct, right? You are correct.
Correct. So haven't you had any thought around that? That it since I'm capable enough, I could have been in the private sector and making more money than whatever I'm doing in the government sectors. So my question to you is, what is your motivation to stay in a government sector? First, second, how it is going it? How is it going for you when it comes to grow your career as a government officer?
Yeah, coming to that, I want to give one example also. Like when I was in ISC Bangalore, and there also placements took place. So I was appearing for the private jobs also, like with the companies which were coming. So as I was in telecommunication, signal processing was one of the subject. So some core companies were coming which tested signal processing. Actually, they were doing programming for their chips, and signal processing concepts were coming in picture. So I was selected for these analog devices. The package was very high, but
Okay.
at the same time I was selected for ISRO also. So
Okay.
once when I was in ARM, I thought that when people change, it's your job comes in the pleasure of people actually. So I did not wanted to repeat that again. So
Okay.
money wise, if money gives you satisfaction, then it is okay. But my satisfaction is something different.
Correct.
So I joined ISRO first, and when I had the chance to go in this service, engineering services, so without any thought, like people told, like, why you are leaving ISRO? Yeah, you have more, like ISRO had many perks actually. In this civil services, you did not get some bonus and 20% extra money in ISRO every month. But again, I was the job was good, but again the culture I did not like. The
Okay.
type of exposure you did not get, like in engineering services. I'm getting very much good exposure. I'm satisfied with my job.
Great, sir. Great, great. Thank you. Thank you. Correct. We will definitely keep asking a lot of questions to you. Right. Let's move on to Abhijit sir. Abhijit sir, let the students know about your journey. How you have switched between careers. You have been in the private sector for a good number of years. Then you have moved to government services, and then again you qualified for IES, and after that you have you qualified for BPSC, and now currently you are going under training as a deputy SP. So just let us know how your journey has been, what motivated you to uh, explore various aspects of career, and finally settling down into BPSC services. Over to you, sir.
Yes. Thank you, Kuldeep. So, before starting, why I switched so many industries,
Yes.
I want to say what motivated me to prepare for the government services. So,
Yeah.
coming from a small town in Bihar, in my childhood, I have seen the societal impact that a government servant can have on the lives of the people.
Right.
And I was in class 10th. There came a new chairman of our state board, and he made very significant changes in the school education system. And that time I realized that this by being in government service, we can actually touch the lives of the people. So, but when I joined college, Triple IT Lavad, I was also good in coding. So it was not like I did not like coding. Through placements, I got second consulting private limited. I joined there. There also I worked for, I handled two clients, UBS and Street. Both are in financial domains, well-known companies. So at that time, again, when I left my first job in 2013, I was in a dilemma whether to continue with that job. But what happened, since I wanted to become a government servant, so I appeared in UPSC prelims in 2013, and I cracked it in my first attempt. So at that time, I resigned from my job without any much preparation and that thing. Unfortunately, I could not clear that attempt. But from that, it became very clear that I will be in the government service. So uh, but again, after I prepared for around 2 years full time for the UPSC civil services exam, then there came a time when I thought that okay, enough preparation have been done. Now I need to do a job and continue my preparation. So my friends were starting an edtech company, a startup, Yamonix. I joined there, and somehow it did not become that much successful. So one of the partner he moved to US, and another so somehow it did not click, and I again started working as a faculty in Vision IS, which is one of the most renowned names in the coaching industry of uh, civil services. So, so finally, after working there, when I gave my last attempt in 2019, by that time I had written 6 mains. I cleared all the prelims. I wrote all the mains and went till the interview round also. But somehow I could not find a place in the final list. So when all my attempts got finished, and at that time I was not, I was reluctant to join the state services. Means, so since I was good in coding earlier also, so I again joined in Mama Earth, and the career was going good. But since Bihar is my home state also, and many people suggested me that you can also contribute here significantly. So I appeared in BPSC and got assistant rank, and then I am currently now in what undergoing training as probationer DSP, and my training will be complete in January 2023, as you already have told. So struggle. So that was pretty much about my journey till now. Uh, Anything else that you'd like me to tell about?
Correct, sir. Thank you, sir. So I understand. I mean, it's a tough journey. A lot of people, get into this journey of qualifying UPSC, and it takes a lot of attempt. Of course, the success rate is so low that a lot of students get stuck, right?
Yes.
And listening your story, kind of gives me an understanding that a lot of aspirants how they go through that journey. And I mean, I can see that you have tried everything. You have tried to be a teacher, you have tried to be a software developer, you know and then finally you had the calling that you can also be a government officer in a state services. Of course, since you are aiming that much high, you definitely have the competency to qualify for a state services, right? So it's not every story should be a very successful story, I would say, but it is a successful story because it is going to relate with a lot of students. Because trust me, sir, if I share about my batchmates, so a lot of my batchmates has been preparing for UPSC, and they have given almost 6 attempts, and still they were not able to qualify. It is not about that they were not competent enough; they were highly competent enough. But since it is a 1% game, I mean, not even 1%. I think the percent
Not
is very
even.
less.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's not just about competency. There are so many variables involved that not everybody could make it, right?
And
So
there are many uncertainties in this journey, in this exam. Means even if you go to the interview wrong and you do not get finally selected, you again start from ground zero. So
correct.
I think
Yeah,
what, yeah,
I really appreciate your resilience, or because a lot of people gets depressed also during that journey, and they are not able to cope up with the pressure they have of themselves, or actually. Of course, there are expectation of parents and so many other people, but they are more concerned about their expectation from themselves, and things doesn't go well for a lot of people. I really respect your resilience, your not giving up attitude, and continuing the hope, continuing in the hope that you will make it one day. And here we are. So it's wonderful to hear you out, sir, your journey, and definitely our students would relate with it, and they will see that life is not always fairy and good and fancy stuff and all, right? There are failures, then after failures you have to keep coming back. So thank you, sir. Thank you for your brief introduction. So let's move on to a few questions which we have with the other which are coming up from the students. One thing, before asking these questions, one thing also I would like to ask both of you. You can share what all the things which student has to take care. If people, current students which are planning to go into civil services, or maybe state services, or maybe public sector organizations like Power Grid, uh, Airport Authority of India, IOCL. So there are a number of opportunities. Why I'm asking this is there are a number of people who are not very prone to joining private sectors. So what could be the motivation behind joining the government services? What are the benefits of joining a government services? How life become easy? What are the benefits of work life, like what we can talk about the work life balance? So in that aspect, I would like both of you to share like what are the benefits of government services, what a student have to take care during their undergrads or during the tenure in IIIT Allahabad, how they can come up with the ideas or the opportunities across the government sectors, because it is now not just about civil service, it is just not about state services. There are not many opportunities when it comes to government sectors, right? Sir Abhijit sir, please share your words of wisdom so that student can think beyond the lens of technical or the private sector, beyond the private sector.
Uh, First of all, I would like to let the students who want to pursue a career in civil servant, they should ask themselves a question that what is their motivation? It is not like they should not be viewed by the total social status that one attaches to civil servants. Certainly, social status is there, recognition is much more here, but in the end, it all depends on what is the driving force, because this journey may take a very long time. So once they are clear that they have to join the civil servant, mainly the people of those who want to join civil services, because I know about civil services field more, I will be talking about civil services. Technical services, I think Satish sir will be able to tackle more adeptly. So they once they make up their minds, they have to start preparing, I think, from the university level itself. Right guidance is the most important thing. If I see one thing that was lacking in me, it was the right guidance, like how to approach the syllabus of the UPSC, what are the sources, and while I would not say that while you are in BTech, you have to do many extra things, but you should make a habit of being aware about what is going on in your nation, what is going on in the world. You even when if I tell you about myself, even when if you reach to the interview level, then also if you are coming from BTech background, they will ask a lot of questions from technical background. So uh, the keyword is sincerity. You are in BTech, you have to be sincere about your studies. At the same time, you have to be aware about the happenings in the country and all those things. And uh, mistake that I have already told that one mistake that I wanted to tell is when I started preparing for civil services, I was also doing a full-time job. So somehow my preparation in my first attempt, it was not up to the level, and I wasted, I would say, one attempt in that. Now I cleared prelims, but I failed in the mains exam because of lack of preparation. So at least one should give full 2 years of preparation before attempting it for the first time. And in civil services, one of the most important aspect is choice of optional paper. So optional paper, it makes a lot of difference. Whatever other people may say that optional, it makes a lot of difference. And what optional paper would you like to study? It depends on your caliber. Means you may be coming from technical background, but you might want to take a paper from sociology or literature paper. So, and I would like to say only two words: sincerity and consistency is the key to this civil servant services exam. So, uh, anything else that you want me to?
Yes. Satish sir, if you want to add anything to what Abhijit sir has said around the topic that what all the things student has to take care, uh, how they can best make the best of their tenure in IIIT Allahabad if they are willing to you go into civil services or go into state services or maybe in the PSUs. So what are the things they have to keep in mind and how they can leverage our alumni base basically, since I think Abhijit sir and Sati sir, both of you will definitely agree that this alumni meet or these kind of events are giving a great opportunity to the current student, so that they can they do not have to reinvent the wheel, right? We basically, we somewhere we have, we have reinvented the wheel in our times because we didn't have that kind of exposure. We didn't
Yeah,
know.
that's
Correct. We didn't know how to proceed. We were just doing the things from the scratch, right? So now of course internet has made things easier for a lot of people, but also this huge alumni base which is already there in the civil services, Indian engineering services, state services, which can guide students so that they can get a quick go ahead in the journey. So in that line, Satish sir, please add what you feel when it comes to covering all these points.
Yeah, Kuldeep, you correctly said, like at our times, there was no guidance for the civil service and kind of thing. So only guidance were coming for the placements. So if someone is not interested, how they will go ahead? Like, so it is a very good thing. Last time also it was there. So, like if someone is really interested in technical and going for core jobs, so many few private sector corporate companies are giving core jobs actually, where you will working in your core fields. So, if you have to be very strong in your concepts and very clear minded, where are you going after graduation? So if you are going with the flow, like if you get a job from the campus, if you're not interested in that, you will not excel actually, you will not get satisfied. So first thing is that if you are in triple IT, you have good concept, your rank was good in this JEE, so you were here. If you did not study in semester also, then also it's okay, you prepare with some coaching center after graduation, you get good, you will catch up actually. That 1 year you will get to brush up your concepts which you missed in your semester. Otherwise, if you are good in your semesters, then it will be great. You will attain high rank in your competitive examination. So first, you have to be clear. So where you want to go, where you want to see yourself in after graduation. If you are in, you are going for some corporate life, or you are going for some social life, actually. So more of the social life actually. Corporate people also have social life. So uh, so also what kind of job you want? Like my interest was, my interest developed in telecommunications. So when I was in ISRO, there were so many groups in ISRO. So telecommunication field was not given to me. I was in testing. So that again did not satisfy my needs actually. So you have to ask yourself also, like if you are satisfied with the job you are getting or not. If not, you have to look for some other. There are opportunities lying around us. So you have to look for the kind of examination and opportunities, and you have to prepare for that actually. So for technical type of competitive examination, you have to join some coaching institute. They will give good guidance. And for the higher studies, like if you are thinking of some masters and all, you have to appear for GATE also. So test series will also help very much in that. Like 50% of the preparation comes in test series. So if you join that online or offline test series, that will be very beneficial. So anything I missed actually, you can ask me.
Okay, Abhijit sir, do you want to add something?
uh, like Satish has already said that if someone has not studied in the college, then he or she can cover it later. So that's very true. Uh,
Example is Kunal.
yes, Kunal is the biggest
Yeah, no,
example,
actually,
actually.
I somehow, Kunal sir could not be part of this panel. He got some
Um,
emergency. I mean, you both can share his journey if you know about him, since he was your batchmate, and how I mean, of course, he must have played a role in your life too, in some way. Maybe as a friend, maybe as a person who inspires you, or maybe as a colleague who has helped you, during your tough time. Do you have any memory of such with him or something like that?
Like I already said, Kunal inspired me actually when I was in Bangalore in working in ARM. I mean, I was not getting what I wanted. So so I recall that Kunal is preparing for engineering services right after the college. So I was wondering like how like he thought like engineering service is a tough exam. So I was wondering how he is preparing. So then I decided like I should also go for exams like engineering services, which I wanted actually, but I did not. I was not clear in my mind like what to do. So I was very stressed in this placement type of thing. So this taking decision for some higher level comes later actually. So when you are very clear cut in your mind. So that came later. So Kunal actually inspired me. When Kunal already had given the exam and waiting for the result, I was preparing for this exam. So I was 1 year junior in preparation. So when I was in coaching, made easy. Result came 2012 engineering success result came, and Kunal was rank 1. So that was very motivating actually.
Right.
Everyone has their own fate. So some goes with the other stuffs also in life. So I took more time to clear the engineering services. In between I was doing masters also. So Kunal was a real motivation actually.
That's
Right.
great. Means his success was a real inspiration. Means
Yes.
it was like he has done it, so why not others?
Yes.
Right. Yeah, I mean, of course, like these exams are happening for so long, right? And seeing someone who is our batchmate or seeing someone who has lived with us, it gives definitely a kick. Like, yes, if that person can do it, I can do it, right? See, that person is having the same opportunities. That person is living in the same hostel, having the same messed up mess food, right?
I
Uh,
still remember he was my roommate. So
oh,
when we
great.
talked,
Yeah. Now,
so,
now I know like why the batch of 2007 is like the batch of civil servant, right?
So many motivation actually. Akash, Tomar, Kunal.
Yes, yes, yes. To be frank, honestly, I was not aware like he was IES rank 1. Last year, I came to know like when we first organized this alumni meet in year 2021 for the first time. Then I came to know a lot of people who are into civil services. I think Gaurav Rai sir is also your batchmate, is it?
Correct,
yes,
correct.
yes.
Yeah, correct.
He
So
also
we have.
cleared in 2013
Yes, yes, yes. I think he has hosted you guys, in that particular
last
event,
year.
right?
Last year,
Right,
yes.
last year. Yes, yes, correct. So wonderful. He is a wonderful guy. I have like he was in the core organizing committee, so he was a wonderful guy. Correct. Joining, moving forward, one question which personally, have a curiosity in my mind that how IIIT Allahabad has helped you in qualifying civil services apart from your peers, of course they have a very important role. uh, I'm asking this question because civil services is a way which anybody can do it. It is not necessary to have a BTech degree, particularly in a specific technology. Like you guys are in electronics and communication, right? There are people who are from the IT background who have done civil services. So, do you feel that there is any role of IIIT Allahabad, contributing in your preparations, contributing you in basically in the journey of your career? Maybe it could be the career you have entirely you had a different um, uh, different steps in your career. You both of you have worked in private sector, both you have worked in some other government sector, and then you finally went on for these civil services or these state services exams. So how IIIT Allahabad as an institute has contributed in your life?
Okay.
Definitely, yeah. Satish, you go on.
Okay, like the interest that triple IT aroused in me actually. In our first year, like there were subjects like physics, mathematics, basic subjects. So the professors were very keen actually. They were teaching us in a manner like we are feeling like a scientist ourselves. Like we were too much into the fields of physics and this Feynman lectures and all. So they were very uh, they were very like basic things. And after 12, like we studied a lot. So this first year subjects were very much interesting. So actually the interest arises there only. But in second year, third year, fourth year, you go with other stuffs. So that was in mind somewhere. Again, when we worked for a corporate job and we did not find interest, that past interest again appears in our mind. Like we could have done something else. Actually, we could go in some other way. So college actually gives you gives in different tracks, and you choose your right tracks where you are interested in actually. So second thing was also when I was in masters. So the syllabus of masters was very good for this core fields like telecommunication. So that helped me a lot actually. Finally.
Uh, College for me was like a place which gave me environment to grow as a person. One thing about civil services is you can't clear it just by being a bookworm. Your personality, overall personality, needs to be developed, and this is where Triple IT Allahabad uh, helped me significantly. So I would also like to tell my juniors there that while they are in college, they should make use of facilities that they are there, that is there. Like you have very good library, you have very good sports facilities, all those things. These all things matter. Like Kuldeep was earlier saying that this is a long journey and resilience that is required to clear this exam. So sports and all those things that will come very handy. It will help you grow as a person. So, and also in my batch, there were people from all over India, and I'm sure still in Triple IT Allahabad, people from all over India would be there. So interacting with them, it broadens your thinking horizon. So uh, college definitely has a very great role in the success of in success in civil service exam. And if I see my batch here, there are people from very good colleges, and certainly there is a reason why people from good colleges qualify these exams. Somewhere, the colleges, the environment the college provides, it helps you means your communication skills, your personality as a whole. It develops over time. It is not like that in just 6 months it will be developed. So these are the things that people who are still in college they should start working on. And those things, knowledge, they can that can be attained later on also. But so,
Correct, correct. I totally relate with you. Let me share something about myself. Uh, so I joined Power Grid in year 2014 itself. To be frank, for me it was a tough decision. Since I have been very much fascinated by the money, or you can say the life of a corporate person. I mean, a lot of people gets have that fanciness around these corporate sector glamour. So in 2014, what happened actually? Power Grid for the first time came as for the campus recruitment. So we three people got selected, and out of those three, two people from my batch have joined Power Grid, and since then I'm in Power Grid itself. It's a great company. I was not aware about what Power Grid is because I never thought of joining Power Grid or joining, to be frank, any public sector organization. I was more into like I will go into Facebook or Google or something like that. So I can share like what difference it makes, when you are working in a public sector company and when you are working in a private sector company. Because I have peers who are in most of the tier one companies. I like two of my batchmates have shared their stories. Nayan and Shivani Pant, both of them shared their stories. And Kumar Rishabh, he's also an MBA graduate. He is also in private sector. So I feel I think both of you must resonate with this fact that working in a government sector will provide you a fantastic work-life balance. I'm not sure about Abhijit sir, about you, because you will be working in a police
yeah,
services. That's a different story altogether, right? I don't
yeah,
know.
that's right.
I would, since right now you are under training. I think you might not be able to share more about it, but of course, during your upcoming tenure, you will have a lot of stories to tell, like how it works. And since you are
Even
in
during training, the schedule is very hectic compared to other civil services, civil officers of the state. Our training schedule is very hectic. Means, uh, and since you were talking about work-life balance, so I would like to dispel this notion about government services that yes, there is work-life balance, but the challenges have increased tremendously in the government service also, whether it's police or the civil services. Those who are in key positions, they hardly get time to go on vacations and all those things. But yes, there are certain posts where people have a lot of time, and there are certain posts where people have fair share of work and they also get time for their personal space. So please continue. Kuldeep.
Anyways, like, what about you, Satish sir? What about you? I think IRSS provide you opportunity to have a good balance in work life or not?
Definitely provide a good work life balance actually. So as Abhijit told that like in government sector also the work has increased tremendously.
Correct,
So
correct.
actually sometimes we work from home also, like after office hours also we work. We prepare some reports and like it's sometimes it is hectic, but again another time you will get some time with your family also. So there is balance actually.
Great, great, great. Yes, so that is what I think when it comes to public sector undertakings like Power Grid, IOCL, Airport Authority of India, and lot many. I think public sector undertakings provides more work-life balance, I would say, because I'm witnessing in my life also. Like as you grow in the ladder, the good thing is that you are accountable for a lot of things. You are responsible for a lot of things, but you have people under you to get the work done. So that gives you a freedom to balance your work out and balance your vacations, balance your time with the family, and so many other things. Of course, there are a lot of perks also which are associated with each of the government sectors, be it the civil services, be it the state services, or be it the public sector undertakings. So yeah, and in my the good part about my role is that for you guys are, I guess, completely away from the technology. I think I would say definitely you are using the technology, but you are not part of the technology. Satish sir would definitely be, because he is the core.
I am totally in technology actually.
Correct. I'm talking about from the IT perspective. Since
Okay.
I'm an IT graduate, I did my BTech in information technology. So
Okay.
currently, the role of mine is to handle the entire IT infrastructure of Power Grid. So basically, we have two data centers of Power Grid, and there is one DR center of Power Grid. So I'm handling both the data centers and DR centers, where we are having access to every technology. We are dealing in operating systems, be it Red Hat operating system or Windows operating system. We are dealing in multiple applications like SAP, which is our enterprise resource planning solution. We are dealing in Oracle databases. We are dealing in network and security devices, and the latest cloud service provider technology also. Since the one good part about my company is PowerGrid is entering into cloud is into data center business. So basically, PowerGrid will be providing cloud services to the end customers. It could be government customer, it could be retail customers also. So this is like a new project which PowerGrid has taken up, and in coming future probably it will be a separate company. If it is making profits, it might become a separate entity from the PowerGrid and will become a full-fledged IT company. Of course, 100% subsidiary of Power Grid. So this is like about my part in the government sector, and I'm really grateful. I mean, earlier I used to think like the money is less, right? Of course, our BRs are making more, but they are giving us a good money and good work-life balance. So you can do a lot of things apart from your job. So basically, I'm trying to follow a number of hobbies. I would also like to ask both of you, like, are you able to follow up with your hobbies and your other passions from other than from your work, or your commitment towards your work?
Um, Till now, I am able to follow my hobbies. Even I have developed some new hobbies here because earlier, like I was started playing volleyball, which I did not used to play earlier. And because I'm in police job, so here a lot of focus is on physical strength. So
Correct.
that definitely comes with the job. And just one thing which is coming to my mind, which I want to share with you. I think if I do not share now, I may forget later. So one mistake that I made, I continuously gave attempt at the civil service exam, and I never gave exam of any state of Bihar state. So my advice to those persons who want to be in the government services, okay, you have given 2 attempts, 3 attempts at civil services, And if it is not clicking, I'm not saying that you are not capable enough, but if it is not clicking for any reason, it is not bad to give a state level exam, clear it, and then you have attempts lab. You can again uh, give a shot at civil services exam. So that was a little diversion from what we were discussing earlier. Now,
No, sir, absolutely good advice actually, right? Sometimes, as a aspirant, we basically make it an ego issue, right, sir? Ego issue, that why
sometimes it is an ego issue, and sometimes you see that only this much gap is there. Like if
yeah,
you fail by a long distance, you are clear that this is not my cup of tea. I am going from here. But
yeah,
it's like very narrow margins. Then it becomes very difficult. Okay, one more year. So
yes. Correct, indeed. I think people, I mean, student must have seen that series which has come up on UPSC, the series by TVF, IS aspirants,
yes,
right? It's so
very relevant one. I can relate to that.
correct. Right. So our question has come up from our student, like, what are the options available in government jobs? So, Abhijit sir or Satish sir, please answer. Apart from you can cover all the sectors, just not civil services, any other sectors which is available to a student and how to get into it.
Coming, if you are going for a technical profile, so you can appear for GATE examination. Many of the PSUs are taking vacancies from GATE. If you are appearing for electronics and communication, there is a paper electronics, so you can appear for that. And secondly, the engineering services. It is a most reputed examination for the engineers. If you are looking for a core profile job in uh, in uh, in engineering in government sector. So so actually, what was the main question? I
Question was like, what are the opportunities for the student
opportunity. Okay.
in sectors
So
apart
so
from civil
apart from
services?
like yeah, apart from like technical for technical backgrounds, you have to go for PSUs like engineering services, and again you can with GATE you can go for some master's degree also, and with your master's degree you can clear some other exams with basic better knowledge.
Okay, correct. I think yes, yeah, you are absolutely correct. For PSU, you have to qualify for the GATE exam, right?
Yes.
And you can get into a wonderful PSUs. There are a lot of PSUs like IOCL, Power Grid, Airport Authority, and so many more. You can get the list of PSUs which are hiring for IT sectors or maybe EC sectors by just googling out, right?
Yes.
So
One
students,
option again is ISRO also, ISRO DRDO. They are also conducting all India examinations. So like ISRO has a very good vacancies for electronics. So if you
okay,
are from electronic background, and they have also for computer science also.
yes,
I
yes,
do not know if they are taking IT guys also, but electronics sure they are taking every year. They have some good vacancies. You can get a job there. You can like for ISRO, it is easier to crack than engineering services. Why I'm saying that, you can have a specialized preparation for that. You can go for last 10-year question papers, and what is the pattern of examination, you can prepare for those topics, and if you and prepare your projects also for the interview, so that will take you for a group a gazetted job in ISRO.
great, correct, sir, correct. And I think I have noticed one thing. I think you both also will resonate with that fact. Uh, I got into Power Grid in the year 2014, and I would love to share the fact that at that time, I think in out of 10,000 employees of Power Grid, there are only 10 people who had the technical background or who had the technical degree of IT. But nowadays things have changed. Nowadays, since every government organization is going for digitalization, are accepting the changes in the IT industry, and moving towards hosting their services over cloud. That has also come up, which is a very new thing, because most of the government organization are not comfortable hosting their services over cloud. Now they are getting comfortable. So now there are a lot of vacancies in government sector. I think Power Grid is also recruiting almost like last year itself, Power Grid has recruited almost 100 AETs, assistant executive trainees, and they are repeating the frequency of recruitment. Similarly, in IOCL, in BSNL, in Airport Authority of India, in I think there are so many other PSUs are there. So every PSU is getting digitalized, and they are hiring IT specialist people in their companies. NTPC is a good example. NTPC, NHAI is a good example. Both of these companies are also hiring a lot of IT graduates. So these are the opportunities available to you or all the students. So I think let my questions are almost completed. Let audience ask any question if you have any. You can put up your question in the chat box, or you come up as a panelist and you can ask your question directly.
I want to add one more thing, since the question is about what are the chances for IT students in the government jobs. So time to time, UPSC also brings out notification for people belonging to IT or computer science background, and they hire people at much higher level, like assistant director level, which is a very good level in government. So options are there also from UPSC. Apart from technical, there are exams of assistant level commissioner also. I think one of the senior, Rahul Sharma, is there in assistant level commissioner. And,
Yes, correct.
so,
Airport
even-
authority also takes from IT background, like some manager
Yes.
level post
Yes.
vacancy.
In fact, Airport Authority hires electronics and communication people also. So I have a
Right,
friend there who is basically, she is a lady, Ranjanpreet Kaur. She is working as a air traffic controller, which is a unique profile actually. It's a fantastic profile.
Yes.
And I was trying to get her on the panel, but somehow my invitation got delayed. We were looking for other people who are in the higher rank, but somehow, anyways, we'll bring her in the next season of this alumni meet. But yeah, so carry on. Yes, sir, you were adding something.
Yeah. Even this year and the BPSC exam, they have brought out a position, especially for technical, that is called DSP technical. They want only technical people in that job. The reason is very simple, because in the changing times, cybercrime has become very important, and so now we are a law and order enforcement agency. Still, we have to good grasp on the technology. So there are ample options. I would say not as much as in the private sector, but yes, there are ample options in the government services also.
Right. Even EPFO, we have people in EPFO,
Yes,
and
yes,
I think
correct.
Satsal sir, and I think there are a lot of seniors who are in
Yes, yes,
EPFO,
yes. Correct,
which is
correct.
also a wonderful organization.
Yes.
I'm not aware about the banking sector. Like people must be in the banking sector too, SBI and some other
RBI,
RBI. Yes,
RBI
RBI.
grade B is a very, very good examination.
Correct,
That is a
correct,
very
correct.
good career actually.
Correct. I would request Abhijit sir and Satish sir to help me, make a list of people who are in the government sector, because you are senior to us and you might have exposure to a lot of different batches of your time. I am like 2009, 2010 batch, so I know people up to 2014 and below, like 4 years down the line. So I would request, let's come together and at least make a list of students whom we know actually, and like where they are doing, so that we will not face any problem in the coming future. If there is any event, maybe you are not available, maybe I am not available, so other people can associate and give their guidance to the students, or in whatever capacity we can return back to the alma mater.
Yes, yes. Sure, I would definitely help.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So I think it's time. We need to close this session by 10:30. Any
One
of
thing
the
I wanted to
students?
suggest for the aspirants actually.
Yes,
So-
yes. Please go ahead, sir. We have still 2 minutes left.
Yeah. If you are looking for a government job, like a high profile job, like in like Avijit is there, civil services or technical job, engineering services. So you don't think like you are going for a job actually. You think like if government is recruiting you, then government is relying on you. You have to. You have to actually. It's other way actually. You are not seeking job. Government is giving you job. You are worth of it actually. So,
Right, right.
If, if you notice, the last word of our all the jobs is service. Like he is in IRRS service, I am in Bihar Police Service. So it's not a job, it's a service. Rightly said by service.
so
Definitely.
think high actually. Think high. you have to be persistent, and you should have perseverance. Like in spite of all difficulties, if you have clear cut interest, you will get there actually.
Correct. And to be frank, I have noticed one thing. There is a lot of recognition when it comes to people who are very true to their work, right? Because people have tendency that, government services is chill. You don't need to much work much, right? And
But
sometimes
it's more
people,
responsibility once you get there.
yes, yes. So if you are if you are doing your job with your full ethics, then you will get recognized too, right? You will get good recognition from your bosses, from the superiors, if you are doing your job very well. So that will also
Yes, sir.
add to your social status, add to your basically will add credibility in your role in the company or role in the service you are part of, right? So I think anything you want to say in the last, I mean, at the last of the session, any closing argument or any closing topic you want to discuss? Both of you, sir, Satish sir and Abhijit sir, thank you very much. But please, say something in the closing.
Uh, I, I just want to say that I will be available for whatever guidance my juniors want me from. So they can always contact me. Uh, my email ID I will share with Kuldeep, and my phone number is already there. And in the end, I would like to express my sincere gratitude towards Triple ITA family for giving me this platform. And it really feels good to interact with people from college. It's like a second home to me. It's always will be a second home to me. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Satish sir, please.
Yeah, so like it's very true, like what you said. Whenever it comes to any matter of triple IT, it feels like we should be there. Like if we are we could be so much busy in our life, but we should be available for such type of discussion, and we should let people help. So I will be also available. So please share my email ID and phone number with any of the aspirants. We are looking for technical jobs who are willing to go in ISRO, engineering services, or any other PSU. They are looking for masters also. Like which IIT or ISC they should choose. I can help them. I can also give them a good idea about how to prepare, how to choose the correct path for their preparation. So it will be there.
Great, sir. Thank you both of you for
Thank
your
you.
precious time. I understand, you have definitely you have a lot of work and duty to do at your home. So thank you very much for giving back to the alma mater. And I will definitely taking this up, and I will collaborate with you people to find out the people who are in the government sectors, and will bring some SOP, some documents where and we'll give it to back to the college, so that students, if the student want to see something, they can get that documentation from the faculties, or from the website itself, and will get more exposure about all of us. So we'll work together, sir, hoping
Yes,
to have some more time in my
sure, sure.
private time. Yes, sir.
It was an
Thank you,
absolute honor.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Arshita. If you want to say something, it is the time. I think.
I I really enjoyed it, sir. Even though I didn't know much about this civil services, because we are always IT focused at college, right? Engineering and all, coding culture, this that. But it was breath of fresh air to see like another sphere of profession and working. So I'm really glad you guys took out the time for us, and then made the time to come here and talk about your experiences and advices. It really means a lot, and we hope you also enjoyed the Global Virtual Alumni Meet. So
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, both of you. Every other students can go back to the main session, and sir, if you would like, please come back to the main session and enjoy the rest of the night. Thank you very
Yes, sir.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.